It was late October in a quiet Ohio town, the kind where every house had a damp basement and creaking floors. Rain poured endlessly, wind howling through the trees. Megan, a 22-year-old college student, was house-sitting for her aunt. Around midnight, she heard the dog barking toward the basement door, teeth bared, refusing to go near it. At first, she thought maybe thunder scared him, but then she heard it too, a faint whisper, like a man's voice, low and drawn out, drifting up through the basement vents. She grabbed her phone, trying to record it. The moment she hit record, the whisper stopped. Gathering her courage, she opened the basement door. Cold, damp air rushed up, carrying the smell of wet earth. Her phone flashlight flickered as she stepped down. Halfway into the basement, the light went out completely, and in that split second of darkness, she swore. She felt breath against her ear. Panic, she sprinted upstairs, slamming the door shut. She stayed awake until dawn, the dog growling at the door the entire night. When her aunt returned the next day, Megan told her what happened. Her aunt went pale. She admitted something she had never told anyone. Ever since buying the house, she'd hear a man's voice whispering from the basement on stormy nights. She believed it was the spirit of the previous homeowner who had died down there during a flood. It was a muggy summer night in Houston. Rain poured like a waterfall, thunder shaking the house. Diego, a high school senior, was home alone watching TV. Around 2 a.m., he heard it. 3 sharp knocks on the living room window. He froze. The window faced the backyard, fenced off. Nobody could be back there. He peeked through the blinds. Nothing but darkness and sheets of rain. Minutes later, another knock. This time from his bedroom window. Then another from the kitchen. The knocks circled the house. Heart racing, Diego turned off all the lights, clutching a flashlight. That's when lightning flashed, and for the briefest second, he saw it. A pale face pressed against the glass. Eyes wide, mouth stretched in a grin far too big for its face. He stumbled back, screaming. The lights flickered out. When his parents returned the next morning, Diego was pale, exhausted, and trembling. He refused to sleep in his bedroom ever again. Weeks later, neighbors admitted they too had heard knocks on stormy nights, and one elderly neighbor swore she once saw a figure crawling along the outside of Diego's roof. Seattle rain never stops, but that night, the storm was heavier than usual. Claire sat alone while her husband worked late at the hospital. At 11 p.m., she noticed her dog growling at the front window. She looked out and froze. A woman in a soaked white dress stood in the driveway. Long black hair hung over her face. She wasn't moving, just staring up at the house. Claire tried calling out. No answer. After 15 minutes, she shut off the porch light, hoping the figure would leave. When she looked again, the driveway was empty. Relieved, she went back inside, but as she turned toward the living room, her breath caught. Wet footprints, leading from the front door to the staircase. She dialed 911, whispering into the phone. Upstairs, a door creaked open. When police arrived, they searched the home top to bottom. No one was inside, but on the attic window they found it. A handprint, small, pale, pressed against the glass from the inside, dripping with rainwater. Neighbours later told Claire that years ago, a woman had drowned near that very street. Since then, on stormy nights, people claimed to see her, dripping wet, searching for a way inside.